Hello and welcome to this video on implementation of the Perceptron module using the Python from Society of Artificial Intelligence or SOAI. I am Ritik and these slides are created by my colleague Mansi. So let's begin this video from the basic definition for the model of Perceptron. Here the output ycap is defined as 1 if the summation I equal to 1 to n wi xi is greater than or equal to b, where xi represents various input, wi represents the weights associated with each inputs, and b represents the threshold value, and the output ycap is equal to 0 otherwise. Now let's just define the class perceptron. Here we will be defining the perceptron model as a class. We will be defining first the initial function in this class, where we will instant initialize self.w equal to none and self.b equal to none, where w is the weight and b will be the parameter for the threshold. Then we will define the second function as model, which will have parameters self and x. This function will return 1 if nb dot self w comma x is greater than or equal to self comma b, else 0. This is basically we are applying the definition for the perceptron model here, where np stands for the numpy. Then we will define another function which will be predict, where y is an empty list, and for each x in the set of inputs, here the result will be we will be implementing this self dot model which we have defined here earlier, and we will add all this result to this our list by appending the result into y dot append result. Then we will return this numpy array or this list as a numpy array by this function np.array y. Next, we will define the fit function which will have parameters self, x and y. Here self.w is numpy array of shape numpy array of shape 1 and containing 1, or basically a unit matrix of shape 1. Then we will be instantiating self.b equal to 0, or we will be by default pre-assuming the value of b to be 0. Then we will be implementing a for loop. In this for loop, as you can see here, x comma y in zip x comma y, we have now started the for loop, and in this for loop we will be in this for loop we will be iterating over this parameter small x comma small y. Here we will be using the predict function, and then we will be implementing an if condition. Here if y is equal to 1 and y predict is equal to 0, then we will be returning the values as self.w plus x and self.b plus 1. Else if y is equal to 0 and y prediction is equal to 1, then we will be returning the value for w as self.w minus x and self.b as self.w minus b. Then we will be instant initializing this class with this function. Then we will be assigning the value xtrain to the numpy array xtrain, and then when we will print the type of it, it will return a numpy array. Then similarly, we will be also be instantiating the xtest or values in the numpy array. Then we will be training our perceptron model, and then we will print the accuracy. Here we can see the accuracy is very low, and that is about 37 percentage. See, this one represent the plot for the perceptron and W. Now we will see what role the epoch plays here. In the previous class that we defined for our perceptron model, we got very low accuracy because we had to find the best values for the parameters b and w, where b is threshold and w is weight. So we go through data here. In this case, we went through data only once, which was not sufficient. We have to go through data several times. This is where epochs come handy. Here epochs is a hyperparameter for the perceptron model because it also decides the accuracy of the model. In epoch, model will pass through all data points and labels while training the model. So by doing this, we will increase the accuracy for our model. Here, after the same implementation, we have added up another a for loop here above this which we initially use, where for I in range of epoch we will be defining a value for epoch, and this for loop will iterate over that many epochs, so that we will be going through our data that much several number of times to get an appropriate value for b and w, which will help us increase our accuracy. Once we have trained our model with the number of epochs that we just mentioned here, we can see that our accuracy for the model goes up to the 91%, which was basically very low initially, which was just around 37% without the epochs. Once we define this model for epochs and we iterate over this range of epoch, we got the accuracy to be 91%. See, we can see here that increase in accuracy with the help of a hyperparameter epoch. So as we can see here, we got very low accuracy by running two times. We get higher accuracy by running three times. Then again the lower accuracy, or the accuracy is actually fluctuating here, as we can see. So we have to be using the checkpointing. See, checkpointing is used for storing values of parameter where W and B, for which accuracy is higher for a later use. Or basically what we do in checkpointing is, see, as we can see here, accuracy went high and then it went low again. So we will be storing these values of W and B where the accuracy was high, so that even if the model's accuracy goes low, we can use this. Even if in next epoch if the accuracy goes low, we can use these values of W and B, which yields a higher accuracy compared to this run in the probably next epoch. How do we implement this checkpointing in our code? So we can see here in the same definition for fit, what we define this function, we have added this extra lines of code here. See, we have used this if if condition, where if the accuracy I is greater than or equal to max accuracy, then max accuracy equal to accuracy I, and then we will be assigning these values of W and B. So this simple line of code helps us to maintain the highest accuracy that we got, even if after the iteration of for the next epoch the accuracy goes low. Perceptron model with the learning rate. Learning rate is also a hyperparameter for the perceptron model. The amount that the weights are updated during the training is referred to as step size or the learning rate. The learning rate hyperparameter controls the rate or speed at which the model learns. Specifically, it controls the amount of apportionate error that the weights of the models are updated with each time they are updated. Generally, a learning rate allows the model to learn faster at the cost of arriving on the sub-optional final set of weights. A smaller learning rate may allow the model to learn a more optimal or even globally optimal set of weights, but that might take a significantly long time to train. So now how can we implement this learning rate hyperparameter in our code? So in the same function where we have defined fit, here we will be using here we will be say implementing again an if condition, where if y equal to 1 and y prediction double equal to 0, we will be assigning this to self.w plus learning rate times the value of x. plus and self dot b at self dot b plus 1 plus learning rate times 1. Here we can see that we have used this learning rate parameter, and similarly in else if condition also we have added this learning rate parameters. So as you can see that our accuracy after using this learning rate hyperparameter went up. So it went around somewhere around 0.92 or around 92 percentage. As we can see from here, it was 91 percentage when we used our checkpointing method method. Now once we have used this learning rate hyperparameter, we can see it went to 92%. So such things helps us to increase our accuracy. Thank you.